Seem like I need more than just a trip just to get away. And I ain't talking popping, snorting, rolling a getaway. More like coastal touring.
Okay, so for this video, we're going more in depth about these tariffs, man, because I know in a previous upload that I kind of talked about it a little bit here and there, but I'm actually wanted to make a very dedicated video talking about these tariffs because these tariffs, a lot of people probably don't understand how impactful this will be to the gaming industry and also just gamers in general, and how it will affect next gen. Because what it's looking like, what is really looking like, is that these tariffs are definitely going to ruin next gen for a lot of people, who is not of privilege like that. That's what it seems like. But I'm gonna go ahead and read a little bit of this article that I came across on USA Today. It says video game systems could cost shoppers $840 million more this holiday season, console makers say. So it says no good news for gamers from the elf on store shelves. Tariffs on imports from China could price 1/4 of U.S. families out of the market to buy a video game system this holiday season, game console makers say. 1/4, man, that is a lot of people. It says Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony, in a letter to the U.S. Trade Representative's office dated June 17th, wrote that tariffs could price an Xbox, Switch, or PlayStation out of reach for many American families. It says those shoppers who do buy a new game system would collectively pay $840 million more this holiday season than they would have had tariffs not been imposed, the companies say. Citing a study from the Independent Economic Group of Trade Partnership for the Consumer Technology Association. So pretty much Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo are collectively losing their shit right now. Like, they are probably going into semi-panic mode here because these tariffs really can mean a lot of lost profit for these companies in a very big way. Because you think about it, a lot of people that do play video games, a lot of people that do have gaming consoles, of course, people that are employed, but it's also a big portion of the gaming community are people that are unemployed. And when I say unemployed people, I mean kids. Kids, teenagers who are still living with their parents, who don't have career paths and full-time jobs getting paid more than $10 an hour. And this demographic of gamers make up a very large portion of the gaming community. And with that being said, if these tariffs jack up the price, they're saying that a rough estimate, $840 million extra that's going to be spent for the holiday season for consoles, right? So with that being said, there's a big possibility that we're looking at $150 to like a $300 possible increase of price compared to what the PS4 and the Xbox One was, when they first launched. So I don't know a lot of parents who aren't balling out of control, parents that are on a budget and their kid wants the new gaming system. They're getting their good grades and they got their A's and their B's, and they're keeping their room clean and all this other stuff, and they just waiting for Christmas time to get that new console. But the console is too damn expensive. I don't know how many parents on a budget that is going to go drop potentially $600-700, maybe even $800 on a console. It's crazy to even think that consoles will be that expensive. But with these tariffs, it's a very strong possibility. that we're going to be looking at those type of prices. But let's keep reading. So it says, in a rare joint letter first reported on by Vice, the three video game hardware makers asked the Trump administration to remove video game consoles. 96% of those imported were manufactured in China. 96%. Wow. It says, from the final list of products to be hit with tariffs, it says the Trump administration has imposed 25% tariffs on $250 billion worth in Chinese imports and plans to expand that to an additional 300 billion in imports. China, which the US has accused of stealing trade secrets and forcing technology sharing for deals, has responded with tariffs of its own on US goods. But the video game companies say, although we appreciate the administration's goal of strengthening the protection of IP in China, video game consoles are unlikely to be targets of counterfeiting, which is very true. You can't counterfeit a gaming console. I mean, that's just impossible. You can't counterfeit a PS4. You can't counterfeit an X. You have to have specific technology, and it's just so much that goes into a console. It's impossible to counterfeit that. But let's keep reading. So instead, they say tariffs on game systems would stifle innovation, injure consumers, video game developers, retailers, and console manufacturers, and put thousands of high-value, rewarding U.S. jobs at risk. Microsoft, Nintendo, and Sony employed nearly 8,000 in the U.S. and collectively sold more than 15 million game systems in 2018. Overall, the U.S. video game industry generated a total revenue of $43.4 billion in 2018, a 20% increase over 2017. Wow. So I'm just going to stop reading the article right here. Of course, I'm going to put its link in the description, or I'm going to put it down below in the comment section. I'll pin it so you guys can go and read that. And I'm going to do this portion to give my thoughts on this, But this is crazy, man. This could be very devastating to the gaming industry as a whole, man. Gaming might change as we know it, and not in a good way. Like, this is bad. I mean, just think about it. Gaming consoles too expensive for the majority of America. Because like I said before earlier in the video, I don't know too many parents who are on a budget. I don't know too many people that are on a budget, who's not making crazy amount of money, and you're struggling day to day. You're living check to check, which a lot of people are in the gaming community. Not everybody has just disposable income like that. I don't know a lot of people that can just say, hey, I'm gonna throw $700 to $800 potentially on a gaming console. Not to mention you have to still buy the games for it. Not to mention you have to buy accessories. Then on top of that, additional controllers and things of that nature. And not to mention that also you gotta pay for the gaming service so you can be able to play online, whether you're doing like Steam or anything like that. So you gotta pay for that so you can play online. Then on top of that, microtransactions, because microtransactions is a thing in gaming, indefinitely a thing. So if you want to progress in like certain games and it's tied into progression, you gotta give up money for microtransactions. So it's just so much money, man. I don't know. Honestly, to me, this makes Trump the worst president of all time, in my opinion. I don't give a fuck what you feel about me saying that, but it just sucks. It really does, because, I mean, I never thought that gaming would get to a point where it's just so expensive it's out of a lot of people's reach. But, you guys, if you like this content, hit that like button and slap that subscribe button. That will help me out a lot. I really appreciate it. And until next time, guys, I'm out.